Well, hello there, my darlings, and welcome back to another little episode of Love Warframes. And today we're taking another quick look at the Prime Resurgence, Vault and Loki today. I didn't realise they were dumping all 8 primes on us at once, not week by week, which they did, I think, back in the day. We're going to have a look at Vault and Loki today and how I use them in case you want to invest some time into getting their relics, how to get the Aya. I have done a more in-depth version of it on the previous episode, which I shall link. In the meantime, if this video helps you, do consider dropping me a like, comment and or sub. But in the meantime, let's have a quick look at these 2 primes. So these are currently the Prime Warframes that are available until the 9th of January, and we're looking at Vault and Loki specifically today. I'll do a couple more episodes for the other 4. And what you need to be able to buy the relics for grinding out the parts for these various Warframes and weapons that they come with is Aya. Now, you can get Regal Aya and just buy the packs, but that costs a lot of real life money. If you can do that, great. If you can't, then you need to go and gather yourself some Aya. Now, I went into more detail in my previous episode, but the way I got a load of Aya leading up to this event was to do bounties on Cetus, higher level, and try to get the bonuses on each round, and the same with Fortuna. And I also earned a lot of standing across my syndicates, including Cetus and Fortuna, but also my syndicates that you'll find in your orbiter, various areas like that. Teshin, if you've got access to Steel Path, you can buy relic packs for 20,000 standing with each of them, and you will sometimes get Aya within those relic packs. So that's another way of doing it. Please check out my first video. I'll link it again, as I mentioned, if you want some more in-depth details about Aya farming. And whether you buy yourself some Regal Aya or earn yourself Aya in the game, you then want to head to Mars, Maru's Bazaar specifically, head round the back, and here is Varzia. She creates all the Prime stuff for the Aya or Regal Aya. As you can see, the packs are available here for another 25 days as I record this, and I think Oberon and Avara are still kind of lurking around for a few days, probably until, I do believe it's the 19th. I'm pretty sure I've got that right. Don't quote me if it's wrong, don't come for me. It's literally 3 or 4 days from recording this. Anyway, once you've got your Aya, as you can see, you can come here and purchase relics and or other things. There's some shinies here that you can purchase. Now, the relics, obviously, there's no guarantee they're going to drop the pieces and parts that you want. So there is an option in the recruitment chat tab at the bottom on the left there to look for people hosting. They call them rad runs or radiant. I mean, sometimes they'll radiant a relic, sometimes they'll just polish it up a little bit. Sometimes you don't need to. If it depends if it's an uncommon, common or rare drop from that relic. But you can type it into the recruitment chat yourself in square brackets, the actual name of the relic, and say that you want to crack it open. And all that happens in those squads is that 4 of you will put the same relic in. So obviously it feels like you've got a higher chance of the goodies that you want dropping across 4 of the identical same relics. And if they're all radianted for the rare drop, then fingers crossed it will just drop and the RNG gods will be smiling upon you. Otherwise, it's a lot of grinding. Now, I'm just going to briefly mention my Discord. I do keep banging on about it. We do have a whole Prime Resurgence channel there and a recruitment channel. It's growing, so obviously the more people that come along, the more chances you'll have of finding people that are on the same grind as you, on the same timeline as you. Either way, we're having loads of chit chats over there. There's all sorts of good stuff going on for Warframe, among other things as well. We have other games to play on this channel. But yes, if you want help, come and join the Discord. Link is on my channel. And the reason I'm doing these little videos is I've had a lot of people saying, oh my goodness, which one do I go for? Because they feel like they're not going to get enough Aya in the next 25 days to grind out all the relics. I do think that having all 8 primes and all of their associated weapons and bits and bobs available to you in one go can feel incredibly overwhelming. I was overwhelmed and I've got everything. So I was like, I don't know what to grind first. Who do I help? Oh my goodness. Calm down, take a deep breath. In with the good, out with the bad. I'm just here to tell you that they're all worth something in their own ways, depending on your playstyle. Vault is also available, the relics from Baroque, so don't stress too much about Vault. He's always kind of available in the game-ish, even when his relics are vaulted. Excuse the pun. But he is a fastest beep boy. He is amazing at Eidolon hunts. I will show you my build in a bit. I always replace his 4th ability for that particular build, but generally Vault is just good time funsies. And the other item you can get from the Vault relics, as well as the Loki relics, is the Odonata Prime, an Archwing, a Prime Archwing. I believe it's the only Prime Archwing available in the game. There's a few different skins for it, and primed items generally have slightly better base stats to start with. So that's the draw to them, and obviously they're a tiny bit prettier, or they're just different to the original non-prime versions aesthetically, so it's more to play with. And on obviously you can't helminth an Archwing, I don't think so, I've never tried it, so you'll just have to get rid of your original Odonata if you get the prime version. Sell it for creds from your inventory. If anybody knows anything else you can do with it, let me know, unless you just keep both of them because you're a kleptomaniac. I'm not judging. Anyway, this was my Odonata Prime build, but what I wanted to show you was my Vault Eidolon build, which is what I mainly use him for. So this is Amir, actually. It's a Gemini skin that you can buy for plat in-game, and it comes from the Warframe 1999 content, which you might not have reached yet, in case you're wondering. I don't know if the Gemini skins will be available to you, though, either way, whether you've done the 1999 quest or not. Anyway, this is my Vault Prime Eidolon build. Now, the fourth ability is replaced with Mirage's Eclipse, her helmet's off ability, and it basically boosts damage. And I used this particular build in conjunction with Magirite School of Focus to do Eidolon hunts, super speedy, quick, and do a huge amount of damage with a good amp as well. I've done totally other videos for amps, Eidolons. I'm probably going to do an improved Eidolon video at some point in the future, now that I've slightly perfected it. And I'd also love to try a Tridolon, excuse the pun, with my clan members stroke Discord members, but we'll get to that in the future. There's so many other things we need to be focusing on right now. So this is my Vault Prime build, if you're wondering, and you know, you can just have a generic general Vault build, and he's just so much fun for fast running things and speeding other people along. Brilliant for the Cetus bounties. If you have a drone, it'll speed the drone up, it'll go flying across the plains of Eidolon, and you barely be able to keep up with it. It's literally so much fun. I generally think Vault is very much worth putting some time and effort into getting. And next up is our lovely sneaky Loki Prime, and I actually really like Loki. I don't use him as a main Warframe, but he has like a niche use. His invisibility is so super useful. I actually have an Archon mission spy build where I can actually go and do the Archon spy solo with this Loki build. He's so good, and I helmet a preset helmet ability. It doesn't come off any other Warframes onto him to make the ciphering a little easier as well. And I have, without realizing it, used Loki a huge amount to do Riven challenges, especially the ones where you just need to not be seen or you need to do things in quick succession. And before I show you my Loki build, I just want to move on to the two items that come with the Loki relics, and that is the melee weapon, the Bow Prime. It's a stave weapon. I'd actually not really heard of those. I haven't paid much attention, but look at it, it's beautiful now. Now I want to go back and use it and see what it's like. So I've obviously not put a huge amount of work into this weapon. Now I want to go back. This is why I love the Prime Resurgence for longer, like, serving members of Warframe community who've played it a while. You forget all the stuff you've got because you just start using all the things you prefer, and then you forget all this wonderful stuff. Anyway, so I'm going to go back to that. And the other thing that will come with Loki Prime is the Wyrm Prime companion. And this little wiggly worm has a couple of useful kind of passive preset mods, one of which I don't have, which is Negate. I don't know why, maybe it came in after, but it basically wipes off status effects from your Warframe, and Crowd Dispersion, which basically knocks down enemies and deals damage. So I love the preset mods that come with the companions, because they usually come once you've built them. Now, I don't know what happened to my Negate. Is it a new mod, guys, or did I sell it? Like, I don't think I would have sold it. Let me know what's happened there. It's just not in there. I was going through my preset mods, like, where's Negate then? Where is it? Where is it? It doesn't matter. I don't need it. It's not desperate. It's just I'm a kleptomaniac too. So you know, we're all loot goblins over here. Anyway, so there you go. Those are some other items to think about. And everything that you're seeing here will earn you affinity anyway, whether you're going to use it forever or not. And all the sentinels, all the companions usually come with their own weapons, especially these kind of sentinels like the Wyrm Prime should come with its own weapon. And again, that will also give you affinity. And so this is my Loki Prime Archon spy build. I also use it for ribbon popping a lot, and I have helmets on perspicacity onto the third ability, but the invisibility, his second ability, is so freaking useful. And look, his passive is he's able to hang on to walls, so he wall latches 10 times longer than normal. So if you ever have a ribbon challenge where you need to be attached to a wall and do headshots or something, take Loki or get Loki Prime. He's very useful for stuff like that. And the perspicacity, it's an ability where if you pop it before you have to do any kind of ciphering, especially those difficult ones with the Archons, I don't like those sort of, it's backwards, it's like a mirror image of itself when you move your mouse or controller like in the opposite direction. It makes my brain hurt. If you pop perspicacity first, it'll auto cipher it for you, and if you're invisible, no one's gonna bother you as long as you're not making noise. Yeah, I love Loki. Those Archon spies solo are mwah, chef's kiss, honestly. And I'm just putting the components for each one up on the screen so you're kind of vaguely aware that there's still more to do once you've got the parts. You're going to need neural sensors and things. Nothing too special. Oricon cells, control modules for Loki. It's often the original non-prime versions that have all the tricky stuff to get. It's really weird. Anyway, they made them easier to build. And of course they should, because we just want the shinies, do we not, my darlings? Anyway, what do you think? I personally highly recommend getting Volt and Loki if you can get them into your arsenal. Totally worth it, my darlings. And I've just made a loot Warframe video on which Warframes to get to increase your loot boosting and how to get them and how to like find the components for them even. That's going to come out on Friday. I think it's the 21st. If you want early access to it, you're going to have to become a YouTube member, either a Fearless or Wolf Barbarian. Take your pick. And the names you saw on the screen are the lovely people that already decided to become members of my YouTube channel. Failing that, you can also come to my Discord and get a lot of help there for grinding and stuff like that. As I mentioned at the beginning of the video, the more people, the merrier, because then you've got a bigger pool of people to help each other out, especially if you're new or returning, or you're just, you know, been here a while and kind of lost your thread a little bit. Well, it's nice to help others, isn't it? Especially when you've got stuff in your back rooms where you can go rummaging to help other people out. In the meantime, my darlings, I just want to thank you so much for being here. I really do hope to see you again in the next one, no matter what it may be. Maybe some more Prime Resurgence stuff, who knows? In the meantime, you take care now, and goodbye.